The age of 17 is supposed to be the beginning of your own independence, the preparation to adulthood that gives you a newfound freedom, a rejuvenated social life, and milestone events like they are gifts, as well as getting invited to parties, your own love life, maybe starts to look prettier. But do you ever feel like maybe you didn't get these gifts? When you see this video, I'll have less than half a year before I'm 18, right? And right now, life literally feels like purgatory. Everybody has a life, but you, and time moves so fast. You'll blink and you'll be 50 with memory loss. And that's not a bad thing, right? Because your life was already that forgettable. And when you're dead, your eulogy might as well be skipped, because what is there to say about you and how you lived your life?
Is you okay?
I feel like now's the time to make a really corny joke to lift everyone's spirits up. Also, I'm okay, thank you.
I ain't talking about you, Sugar Cube. I'm talking about you.
You?
In today's episode,
Wait,
Wesley's gonna yap about the struggles of unemployment.
Video and not a TV show.
Shut up!
What's with the...
He's seated for 30 minutes of theatrical monologuing, while Wes turns his existential crisis into content, so YouTube can pay his debts.
You know what? That is true. I like you. I'm a 17-year-old college student with no job. I left all my high school friends in my old town since 2023, and I just finished my first year in college, with none of them in college by my side. There is no major hit summer song like Espresso, Not Like Us, to highlight my year, and my own music and social media is not performing well. To top it all off, I've been anticipating 2026 since May, because I feel kinda done with 2025. But I also want to go back and restart about 10 years of my own life. But the truth is, that's such a non-problem, but I'm choosing to make it a problem. My teenage life is actually memorable whether I feel like it or not, and I didn't waste it. The only way I can consider it wasted is if I keep living with the mentality that I have some loser broke lifestyle, and the same applies to you. I don't have the life experience to tell you man what to do with your lives, but some of you clicked on the video. Because ladies and gentlemen, we need a reality check today. Baby, sit right down and open up your third eye, because I'm about to put the tea in reality, baby. Everything as in everything is not gonna work out for you. No matter how hard you try. You can attract success, the love of your life, money for generations, if you're on the right path, but while you're going down that path, reality shall remain and rock your shit for your whole life. You will break, cry, bleed, burn out, repeat the cycle, and die. And that's okay. It's not the nicest thing to think about, but it does mean you exist, so... congratulations, you're existing. We are perfectionists of our own existence, expecting a perfect life, and when we don't get said perfect life, what's the point? The universe hates me and I'm destined to rot in my bedroom, shaking my ass to Gracie Abrams, halfway to a mental breakdown till the sun comes down. That sounds pretty nice. I think I'm gonna try that. We're gonna binge watch K-dramas just to envy everyone's appearance. Because the flipping cost of all of us are dead to die for. It just wants me to suffer. But that's such an incorrect perspective on life, you know. We have such a wrong perspective on life nowadays, only focusing on what's wrong with it. So in today's video, I'm gonna tell you why you should look into the brighter side in the least corniest way possible, under one condition, literally. You subscribe to this channel. You know what? I don't even care if this video is corny. YouTube is infested with negative commentary videos anyway. Right, so let's get into the bottom of why I've been this way. The feeling of feeling lost between where I thought I'd be and where I'm actually am. Otherwise, don't mind me, I've been getting a bit existential this year. I don't know, blame it on the news. So, in April 2023, I moved to another village far from my school, and it was so far that none of my friends lived there. And I had to take 2 trains to school for about over a year, until I finished high school. I still talk to and see my high school friends now, but it's different now. When I finished high school, it was just me in a small countryside in the middle of nowhere. That's it. There's no school to go to 5 days a week to see my friends. Until college, I found that very peaceful because a lot of the kids from school were annoying little hoes. And spending summer break in my unknown village was a very energy restoring experience. But when college happened, the isolation came in like thunder. And it was a dark time. Something about no one from my high school coming to college with me and not going to their college made me feel kind of miserable. Don't worry about how I feel right now, by the way. You can just let me be emo for a bit, you know? I'm fine now. Like I said, I had no friends and I stayed having no friends because I thought I wasn't cool enough. Anyway, it was the kind of misery that makes you act in your subconscious. You know what I mean? Like I said, I had no friends and I stayed having no friends because I thought I wasn't cool enough to have friends or nobody wanted to be my friends. We will shortly continue after these messages. Living away from your friends mean you'll eventually feel estranged, and you'll question whether everyone back home has forgotten about you. It's funny, because I'm an introvert, I know how to party solo. Hey guys, it's me editing here, so according to recent experiences and my friend, I'm an extrovert now. But I was also craving lots of friends, you know? Like a friendship zombie. Another thing that made life feel stagnant was my life online, with my streamable music and my online presence. I feel like this year was about separating my normal and my online life. You know, I took 4 years worth of acting classes, so now I enjoy turning my artist persona into a character and giving him a separate life. So I have specific clothing choices for when I'm shopping as just Wesley, or when I'm filming a video as wesleya.k. But that's besides the point. You know, I got issues in both lives, baby. I've already talked about the isolation for the real me, but let's talk about this guy right here. There are a lot of things about my YouTube channel and my music and other stuff that no one cares about that I want to talk about. Like how for the past year it's been nearly impossible to put out YouTube videos and create videos consistently because the PC storage is full. Just thinking about how many videos I couldn't drop last year because the PC was on some "you shall not pass" type shit broke that soul of mine. And also killing my channel. I would be lying if I said I wasn't embarrassed by my analytics, but here we are. And that's my fault. Let's take a minute to thank Jojo Siwa for my 15 minutes of fame. It was fun while it lasted, twin. And then everything just became worse than ever after this. Heck, even quality wise. Let me just put up 2 videos for an example. Your boy forgot how to make content properly last year. That's why I had to take that year-long break. And that's because I spent an entire year on a strange cycle trying to recreate what made that Jojo Siwa video take off so extremely. Because it's the most viewed video on my channel, I talked about a trending topic, got seemingly approved by the algorithm, showed the best of my personality and humor, and was also my personal favorite. So basically that was my perfect little video. Actually perfect if I was able to monetize it. I thought the video was gonna flop, so I kept the copyrighted music. I'm sorry mom, I'm supposed to be paying rent by next year. Now, remember when I said that we are perfectionists in our own existence, life, whatever? That wasn't me using the royal we for dramatic effects. That was mostly towards myself because lately, a lot of people have been saying that Wesley is a perfectionist. At least they didn't say I'm ugly. That's how you know I have very truthful friends. Oh god, why did I even say that? Why did I put that in the script? Me being a perfectionist is literally the last thing I expected to define my personality, because I think I'm too complex and consistently inconsistent to think I'm someone who wants to be perfect. So I asked them, what makes you think I want to be perfect? The gag is, baby, that's exactly what makes me a perfectionism king. And if I could summarize their response in their own words, it would be that I tend to focus on one specific thing to the point of losing track of time, to work on everything as a whole, and then crack under pressure, which will then put me off from doing anything because I don't think it's good enough. Basically, I don't like anything I'm not good at. And I was like, huh. So that's why I had a burning hatred for football when I couldn't play it. Even though I wanted to be a footballer when I was 7. That explains a lot. I just hate not being good at something. Maybe it's not the algorithm's fault my numbers are doing so bad. All my ideas, maybe the real problem is me popping out of nowhere on a random Wednesday, trying to recreate that perfect little video, when it's actually just a recipe to becoming a parody of yourself, just to check a few boxes. And it was making me hate making YouTube videos so much that I just stopped posting last year. Everything just didn't work out like I incorrectly thought, and it felt like disapproval. All of a sudden I thought my jokes weren't funny anymore, my ideas were too mundane to stand out. Maybe I'm just too conventionally unattractive and too ugly for the algorithm. Okay, maybe I don't actually think that, but I could be too awesome for the algorithm. The point is, YouTube wasn't for me at the moment, and I just needed some space from it. So I focused on another thing I like doing and that I'm good at. And that is, okay, when I say that following thing, I'm not mentioning it in a promotional way. My music! But I don't really have anything interesting to say about my music right now, so I just don't feel like it actually. Anyway, now I'm gonna try to get from this point to the point about why you should be okay with feeling lost, especially when you're at a young age like 16, 17, 18. Let's keep it a buck, that's what college is for. A lot of my friends talked about feeling this life purgatory vibe because we're so close to adulthood and now we need to think about employment and adult things, and I'm like, damn, I'm not even gonna reduce it to it not being that deep. Yeah, because when you start getting to a point where you start defining the rest of your life and realize it, no, that feeling is pretty serious. We're just looking for a purpose for real, and it's disorienting. And exactly the same if you have a goal but you're not really in the direction you should be, because honestly I feel like I'm being held back while everyone else is ahead, and that right there is the root of today's conversation. But does that mean we are cooks? I don't know. Let's just say I think there's a likely chance that it's a no. The more I acknowledge life stagnation, the better it becomes for my own life. You might not know it, but the feeling of being lost might actually be more or the same as waiting, because everyone gets that big moment eventually, right? So I accepted it. Like, clearly I'm not in the reality I wanted for myself by 2025, but I'm still alive though.
Gag is, I'm still dead inside.
Remember when I said that I had no friends in college? It took me a while, but I have a friend now, and I thought finding a way to be popular at school and having friends for days would fill a void. But just find at least one friend where you get each other like this, and life will feel about 44% effervescently radical. Now what I meant to say was life will feel about 44% more effervescently radical. But who cares anyway, that phrase sounds stupid as f. Remember when I said I've been struggling to make content? Well, it's still something I need to work on, but I know I wouldn't struggle any less if I kept trying to recreate my own perfect, so I stopped it. Remember when I said there's no defining song of the summer? Like, no song of the summer this year, and it made life feel so boring. Boring as heck. You know, who said you can't make your own song of the summer, mate? Mine's Appreciation by Tara Jr. and Flex by wesleya.k. Problem solved. Problem solved. Life is unpredictable and just literally puts us through a hoot nanny of unfortunate events. Right, my microphone is faulty again, but I'm just gonna finish the video now. So, like I said, we can use the chance to find happiness with what we still got and what you can make. God, that was cheesy. And giving him a sec, and giving him a sec. Especially when you're at a young age like 6, 17, 18. Kill me now. I feel like I'm giving a speech. Anyway, okay, enough chatter, let's just do it. So in today's video, I'm gonna tell you how to look. Fuck me. Fuck me with a spoon, be my screen, singing off your blue. Oh man. Until high school, I found it very peaceful because a lot of the people in school were annoying little hoes. Until college, I found it very peaceful. I'm gonna crash out, man. And spending summer break in my... This hat is really tight in my eyebrows. And spending summer break in my unknown village was a very energy And I was like, alright, let me tell you something. I scripted this in July, August, whatever. about a couple weeks before Man's Best Friend came out. So I'm saying that I predicted that one lyric from Sabrina Carpenter's When Did She Get Hot. It's crazy, right? So that's why I had a burning hatred